And we are, oh man, we are live. We got some good one.
We have good one?
We have good one for you. We have the good one.
If he says
Holy
so.
crap. Whew. What's up, guys? There's about 15 people in here. Make sure you guys do smash that thumbs up. We appreciate every single one of you guys. How are you doing, next level?
Yeah, I'm still broken.
How's that hand of yours?
I want this cast off so bad.
Oh man. Oh man.
You know. I was telling people yesterday. I was like, my brain keeps telling me that my hand should be good now, but my hand keeps telling my brain that it's not. So I'm going through this like mental, emotional, physical struggle because like when you get hurt, you're not usually hurt for that long, and I've never broken a bone before. So I'm like, I should be able to do these things. Why can't I do these things?
Should be.
Right.
Should be. Oh. We got some good stuff for you guys today. We got some really good stuff for you guys today.
Oh my god! Here we go.
Here we go.
So here we go. Before we actually like begin, look at my hairdo, man. I gotta get this do taken care of. Big shout out, several people out there in the chat. So Heel from Portugal, what is up? Listening to Def Leopard. Nice. Troop. What's up, Troop? Smack that thumbs up, my people. Subscribe to the friend. Click on that bell so you won't miss a thing. Thank you. Thank you. That's the bell that he said to ring. I'm here, but nothing I haven't heard of yet. Hey, you never know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're, gradually broadening and going more and more beyond. Because this is really a platform where we said we have conversations that go beyond the stream. And not just the live streams, but maybe even the streaming universe.
Yeah.
So did you want to dive right into it? Or did you have anything planned before this conversation?
There was a couple of BS things I wanted to bring up. Because it is called Beyond the BS. This is episode 3 from season 2 now. We are in our second season. And I was going to bring up some stuff. And I'm going to give it a break for a second.
Okay.
Because I've talked about it. I did a video with Lee.
Oh, you really still?
And I did another video with you. Dude, the drama continues.
How many times you got to beat this horse, bro?
Dude, the drama continues with that box. And it's like, it's just, I literally want to show, and there's even a chance we might even have a guest that is actually having issues with this and is getting no help. So I'm kind of like, I'll open up Pandora's box, and I really want to ream down to them come on. But might save it for another episode. Wanted to do something different today. But before we go, before we kick this off, I just want to say hi to a few people. Still, there's a few more people. What's up, Flick Chick? What's up, Donald D. Nice? Latif, Professor Sim just woke up. Love my haters. Love my haters, but where's my...
Whoa.
Oh, man. Dubar. What's up, Dubar? Oh, my thing just jumped. Jason Bouye. Santa Rivera, what's up? Roland. Steve, are we live? What's up? We are live, dude. 619 OTA. What's up, Dino? What's up, Canuck Gal? What's up, Craig? Bruce. What's up? Avon calling. Shrink and sharing. How you doing? Troop, dive into it already. What's up, Oscar? Did I miss anybody? What's up, Mike C? Semi2 Tech. Hey, you know what? I haven't done this yet, but I know we typically share the video around. So I'm gonna share it right now. I'm gonna share it right now. And I'm gonna post this everywhere. It's funny, Sugar sharing earlier. I see you, Sugar share. I know we've been going back and forth about Jordan being the great, and she doesn't like Michael Jordan, apparently. But facts are facts. He's the goat of the goat. Sorry. Okay, I think I hit. Let me see. Do I have any other groups I need to post it? I just posted it in 3 groups. This is what? Oh, dang. I'm getting juice like all over the place. So I gotta close this down. Okay, cool. Okay, here we go. Make sure you guys grab the link, share it, pass it around, retweet it,
Pass the dutchie on the left
whatever it is. So have you guys heard? Oh, I know you've heard of Fresh and Fit.
So, it's interesting because I think that you've been watching Fresh and Fit for a while, and I've been watching Abba and Preach for a very long time. And you had sent a video of Fresh and Fit to me, and I was like, yo, I seen this video because I found out of Fresh and Fit because Abba from Abba and Preach was on their channel and on the panel. And I checked out that one video of theirs. And once in a while I would check it out, but it wasn't really my thing. So I was familiar with both sides. And I thought it was really interesting what occurred in the past month with these 2 big YouTube channels. So to give it a little bit of precedence, do you mind if I just give a little bit of background?
Go for it.
So there's 2 YouTube channels. There's one that's called Fresh and Fit, and they're quote unquote a podcast channel. And at the start of this beef, they had 430,000 subscribers, decent sized channel. Abba and Preach was sitting at about 1.3 million subscribers, and they've been on the platform for a very long time. And they typically just do reaction videos to other content or other videos that are on the internet, and they give their views. That's pretty much the background. And then Abba went on to their live show and was on a panel with them and a bunch of, I'm going to call them Instagram models. I don't know what else to call their panels.
Pretty much Instagram models.
And OnlyFans models.
Yeah.
let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
And the whole conversation was what's called paying for box. And the box that's in question is of the female anatomy. I think that's the best way to put it for this platform.
If you want to, well, you kind of have to give it a different word because people won't get that. I didn't get that when I was listening to it, and I still don't get why they use that term. Okay, let me simplify it for everybody. Paying for sex. There, that's what it is.
So that was what the conversation was about, and there was 2 obviously sides to the argument. Fresh and Fit was like they were completely against it, and Abba from Abba and Preach was like, "You do you. I don't give a shit what you do." He's like, a lot of the biggest, most powerful people in the world do it.
Paying for fun time, yeah.
They do it, and there's a couple reasons they do it, right? There's no attachments. It's like that's pretty much it, right? You don't have to worry about all the headaches that come with it, all the other stuff. And there was also a point made that sometimes you pay for professionalism, and hate the industry or not, there is a level of professionalism to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was the argument. Take it away.
Okay, so I'm going to take it back just a little bit. I'm going to give my 2 cents on what I've seen and heard from Fresh and Fit in a nutshell. And I want you to do the same thing with Abba and Preach. I'll go first. Oh, man. Okay, so check this out. Some of the stuff that these guys do on... So I'm talking about Fresh and Fit. when Fresh and Fit talks during their podcast, they're in Miami, for example.
Yes.
Well, actually, not for example. They're in Miami. They're in Miami in a hot spot where there's a bunch of clubs, bunch of women, and it's kind of like when you see those movies and you're just like, oh, girls at Brazil, girls in Miami, girls in LA, and you see like all these exotic type of women, and sometimes they're not wearing much to the imagination, you know. So it's pretty nuts the way they are able to bring these women upstairs to they rented, I think it's an apartment.
Dude, I swear it's the apartment they live in. That's what it feels like.
I think that's what it is. It looks like their dining room was turned into this whole studio, like an actual podcast studio with a giant mixer, lights, a couch, like everything. A stripper pole, like everything. Yeah, everything. It's nuts. And they probably have a bedroom or a couple bedrooms there. But you look at some of this stuff and it's just like every single video they have a certain level of women there.
I'll go with category. Let's not go with level, but like it's hard to put people in a box, but it's like they all are very similar in mindset, let's say.
Yeah, but it's pretty much, to sum it up, these guys bring these type of women that are pretty much Instagram models that have millions of subscribers, and it's pretty much like, hey, look at my body type of thing. Like, and they're either all plastic out or they're just super natural and super big. I don't like, you know what I mean? But it's just, a lot of them are just really like that baddie type model, I guess you can say, Instagram, OnlyFans, or whatever. So these guys, what they do on their podcast is they pretty much say, if a woman is listening to their podcast, you'll probably get offended at some point. At many points. A lot of the things that they do say is facts. Like, example, this world was built by man, and they go back biblical. We're saying that men for hundreds of years were the ones out working and bringing home, while women was at home having babies and cleaning up the house. Women really didn't have a vote until less than 100 years ago, right? Less than 100 years ago, within our parents' lifetime, our grandparents' lifetime, that's when they actually saw women get some sort of voice. And even then, women are still trying to fight. What is that thing here in the States? They call it trying to break the glass ceiling, because there's never have been a woman president yet. So it's very, it's very like, I'm a man, do what I say. But at the same time, you need to compliment me, who I am. So there's women that come on there and say, you know what, I will do this and this for my man. I would always clean. I always do this. I always do that. I'll do whatever he wants. And they're just like, yeah, but I don't want a dumb woman. And at the same time, that's kind of what they're looking for.
That's exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're looking for, because let's be real. They classify themselves, Fresh and Fit, as alpha males.
Mm-hmm.
And they also sell courses teaching men how to be alpha males. And this is where a lot of the backlash in the community is coming in now. Because
hold on.
Go.
Let me finish my part and you do Abba and preach. Preach and Abba, whatever. Okay, so long story short, to wrap up with who Fresh and Fit is, it's literally it's what Next Level just said. They're alpha males. They're alpha males, but they are bringing actual facts onto the table. So women say, hey, like, this is just an example, because there's no such thing that a woman can't do what a man can do for the most part. There's just some things that men are just built different than women, and women are just built different from men. We can't have babies, for example, and even if we did, we wouldn't be able to go through that pain. You know, we catch the cold and we're dying here. You know what I mean? So what they do is they say, hey, you know, we're the ones that created these high level end jobs, created all this stuff. We paved the way. And I'm saying we because me as a man, that's how these guys are fitting all men in categories. You too, next level. All men. This is how it was created way back in the day. And not just back in the day, like I said, it's been this way for such a while. Now women are starting to come forward saying, wait, Nas X is pregnant. No, I'm not even going to touch that one. Now is different. You see women as CEOs, you see women owning businesses, you see women coming up there, but their argument is if it wasn't for the man for the last thousands of years, then pretty much women have no thing. That's what they're saying. Okay. Next level, you want to add anything to that? Because I know you do. Man became babies at Rojas. I told Mark that last week. Pretty much. We get sick. I'm dying.
Yo, I'm done. I get the cold and I'm out, yo. Like I
Me
need
too.
to like help me. I can't do nothing.
Me too. Okay,
Like-
Abba and Preach. Who's Abba and Preach, and what do they say? What do they do? What's their podcast about?
Well, it's not really so much of a podcast. They've been around for a very, very long time. They are, I would say, they're very open-minded individuals, at least in retrospect, compared to Fresh and Fit, because Fresh and Fit seem to be very set in their ways and not really open to hearing other people's side of the argument. Right? They're like, this is how we think, and this is how it is, and this is what it is. Right? So I feel like Abba and Preach are a little bit more open to discussing a lot of different topics, and you know, I don't really know what else to tell you about them besides you actually watching their content, because to me they're just really down to earth, level-headed Canadians.
What do they talk about?
Pretty much everything. They review a lot of content from like Jubilee, or I think there's another one called The Cut, or you know, things that are coming out in the news like transgender rights and like all kinds of stuff. That's a big one that's going on right now. But they review a lot of societal debates, and you know, see things from both sides, and they give their inputs on it. Both of them were actually stand-up comedians by trade, and they decided to come together. They have a really interesting dynamic because for as many years as they've worked together, they say that we are legitimately not friends. They're like, we're not friends. We don't call each other after work. We don't hang out. Like, this is what it is. Like, we get together, we put on this, and we record our episodes, and that's it. But when you watch them, you're like, how are these guys not friends? Like, they have such a good dynamic together, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I just put in the chat, anyone hear an echo? Because I just turned on. We're trying something new. We're trying something very, very new, and we're going to be doing a reaction to what they're saying. So let us know if you could hear them clearly. We're going to be doing a lot of pause and play. Go for it.
Before you play this, to give it some prerequisite, this is the second video that Abba and Preach made. So the first video was kind of, I guess, calling out Fresh and Fit for their BS. And this is Abba and Preach reacting to Fresh and Fit's reaction of them calling out them on their BS. So I know it sounds kind of like whatever, but basically Abba and Preach had receipts where they paid for box, Fresh and Fit, when they were telling people not to pay for box. They just didn't use money. And like somebody said earlier in the chat, sometimes you pay in a lot of different ways. So that's a little bit of a prerequisite. You can do whatever the hell you want to do now.
All right, I'm going to look this up. Okay, Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Everybody heard that?
Can you bring in the screen too, or no?
Yeah, I'll bring the screen in.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So this is Abba and Preach.
Right.
And you'll see two other guys that are
Fresh and fit.
Right. I don't have much thoughts on their platform. Are they doing some good things for some people? I'm sure. I have no doubt. I'm not even denigrating that. We just came at them for their ideas with regards to paying for box and all this stuff. Thought it was full of shit.
I'm like, yo, real ass niggas don't pay for box.
Even more, what I find really distasteful is you come to find out that Myron Gaines himself, right, the so-called pickup artist, the master, has his own seeking arrangements account. His own.
This is nuts. This is you want to explain what this is next level?
So seeking arrangements is like a sugar baby, sugar daddy website. People who like to pay for the relationship. So men that have a lot of money pay females to be their sugar babies or girlfriends, right? So these guys, Fresh and Fit, are saying that they don't pay for box, because I'm going to keep using that term, but they're on a site that promotes paying for relationship type roles, which could include paying for box. Most likely does.
Yeah.
Own profile. All right. This is on the web. You can find it. This man's out here talking about don't pay for box, don't pay for box. He's on a website for sugar daddies and sugar babies.
Okay. Hold on, pause this right there. Yeah.
Hi.
Pause it. So this killed me when I read this. So Myron Gaines, who is Fit in the Fresh and Fit podcast, on his profile on this sugar daddy's website, literally says, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but only 4% of the male population is over 6'2", less than 3% of the males make over 300K, and only 5% of men are in shape with ads. He's like, you lucked out. I have all three in one package. Wow.
Yeah, this is not even alpha.
It's like misogynistic, no? Like something like,
yeah, it's like to me, when I look at alpha, yes, I see a man who's very dominant, but at the same time, not what you just said.
right.
You know, it's kind of
your presence would demand respect. You don't say, hey, you respect me because you should respect me.
exactly. Or let me get in a bunch of fights just to, it's like, dude, what are you, a wolf?
It's stupid. More like a hyena.
You've been watching too many cartoons where you got to be the alpha male. He's like, "Arr!" It's like, dude,
It's crazy. What's up, Prep Mom? I see you.
what's up, Preppy? Marcos is broken, but has lots of sugar daddies. A trooper. So this is nuts. Only 4% of the male population is over 6'2". Is that really something to flex on? It's like, okay,
But
you're gonna have knee problems. I'm not.
but a lot of the females that go on their show are ones that look for certain things, and one of those things probably is height. They want a tall guy. Oh, you must be an NBA player, so you have money.
Well, that's the thing. Whoa, you just knocked two things all at once. And this is where they're coming from. This is where Fresh and Fit is coming from. They're saying, not only are you looking for tall guys, but I'm also in shape. Look at my muscles, and I also got money. But and what's also interesting was they actually had another guy who was kind of, I forget the guy's name, but it wasn't one of these two dudes. It was on any of these four guys. It wasn't any of these four guys. It was another dude, and gold diggers. But what they were saying was, he was saying, this is the sad truth. He was like, I have a house in Malibu. And when I get in my car, as soon as they see my car, and as soon as they see me that come out of the car, and I see this 6'2", 3, 4, however tall he is, instantly he has women looking at him. Because they're looking at multiple things. And so he's stating a couple facts. He's like, I'm not saying this is what all women do.
I'm surprised he didn't put his shoe size.
So, no kidding. For his big socks. But you know what I'm saying? That's kind of where they're talking about, like, you know what? This is what a lot of women's standards are. And be honest. Is there any woman out there that would date somebody who's 4 to 5 inches shorter than them? It's not like it hasn't been done. It's not like we haven't seen it out there.
I mean, shit, Kevin Hart's married.
And he's 4 foot, what, 7? But you know what I'm talking about? Most women do like taller guys.
Well, people usually have a set of standards. Something.
They do. But for all the ladies out there, or even, okay, how about this? For all the ladies out there, if you prefer a tall man, say yes. For all you men out there, if you have a shorter girlfriend, wife, significant other, put yes. That way we get the same yeses. If it's the opposite, just put no. And I think it varies. I think it varies. I dated one time a girl that was the exact same height as me. And the second she wore heels, forget it. Forget it. I was like, you cool with this? I'm fine. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like, you know what I mean? My wife, Dubar, saying, yes, my wife is shorter by 6 inches. See?
But
Jason
on
Whitney.
average, females are generally shorter than males. So I don't think a lot of men look at it like that.
Right. Men don't look at it like that. But what his point is, he's saying, like, look, I'm in this 4% of being over 6'2". So my pool to pick women is big because I am one of the very few people in the world that is this tall. So you better be XYZ. Paper plate says she's 5'11", I'm 6'1". Okay, but you're taller.
Pretty close. That's pretty close.
Yeah, you're tall. The second she wears heels, you guys are probably either eye level or you might be looking at her nose, maybe. But you're not looking up. You're not stretching your neck in an upward position.
Okay, let's hit the next point. Keep going.
Okay, here we go.
You want to be a giant hypocrite? Do your thing, okay? Then you come to find out this man's talking about, listen, we want burning desire from ladies. Ain't that what they say? Right? You want to get their best, so you got to earn it. Come to find out, this man's telling girls in the DMs that if they want to come on the platform, they have to fuck, and if they don't,
This is bad. He said burning desire.
That comes from the Fresh and Fit podcast because they say if you want to have want to deal with a woman, they have to desire you. That's what they preach. But then they're just saying, hey, yo, if you want to come on the podcast, we got a bang, or then you're not coming on. Is that burning desire?
It almost seems like a desperate burning desire. Does it burn when you pee?
Depends on how many of these women they have coming on their show.
Yeah, no shit.
Shit. Damn.
Dude, so this came from this post came from Fresh and Fit.
See, Myron Gaines is Fit from Fresh and Fit. You can see at the top there.
Yeah. This is nuts.
So I want to point out really quickly that the guy on the left in the video right here is Preach, and he is an MMA fighter. And there's a reason why he's a little quiet right now, which you're going to hear at the end of the video. But yeah, we're just going to keep going.
he gets upset about it and he gets all pissy. Oh, you fucked all my other boys. You won't fuck me, then you can't get on the platform. So wait, you want to bang a girl who just wants to come on the platform for clout? And you think that's burning desire? And again, guys, I don't even care that he goes about that way to bang girls. Do whatever you want. You earned your platform. Go ahead. Me, it's the hypocrisy of these ideas. You preach to these men that they have to always seek this thing, that this is the way to live, that this is the best way, but you don't even walk the talk. That's what I find distasteful. It's like a Derek Jackson talking about be faithful to your wife, don't pay for box. Come to find out this man's cheating on everyone. How are you any different? Can you tell me? Now everyone's gonna get up. Well, we're attacking people in the manosphere. I don't care about the manosphere. I don't care about none of this. Move with integrity in life. That's it. I'm not here about some scene.
So that's the guy right there, the MMA fighter. And they're just kind of going like I'm glad they say that, you know what? If you want to do this, go for it.
Because they were promoting that a lot of people pay for box, right?
Mhm.
And the other people were saying, no, it's not right. Now, I want to ask the chat, like, this is a real question, guys. Just because they're not giving actual money for box, do you think it's still the same thing? Right? Because even though they're not giving the money, they're still exchanging clout, which is societal fame or repping them out or all that kind of stuff. To me, it's the same thing.
Ask that question one more time.
Like, is it this? Does it have to be an exchange of money? I don't think it has to be an exchange of money, right? So these people, fresh and fit, are promoting don't pay for box, and at the same time, they're exchanging fame, clout, reputation, and other things for it. A spot on their show.
There was an episode that they did where they had two girls, and the blonde was getting very she was getting mad. So it was a black girl and a white girl. The white girl was the one that was getting pretty like offended about stuff, and she's just like, no, like I know what I can bring. I know what this is, but she was like, I guess her background was she's not making all the money, but she's just like, that's okay. You could make all the money. You take care of me financially, of course, and I'll take care of whatever you need at the house. And they kept going back and forth, and she kept getting mad, and then she threw some juice on the floor, and then the other girl, the black girl, once the white girl ran out of the studio, then the black girl was trying to be like, hey, you know what? It's cool. Like, I'll stay. Like, it was kind of like you can tell that she was really trying to get, like you said, that clout, that platform. Because what these guys do is they'll put their handles, their Instagram stuff, like in the description or Twitter or whatever they got. They'll put it in the description. And what's crazy is some of these women are married too. You'll actually see some of these women with wedding rings.
Okay, let's keep going because the video is kind of long.
Oh,
Critical.
Here's the thing. You guys been blowing us up, man.
Yeah, you guys been blowing us up with DMs and
Comments.
everything. Apparently, Abba and Preach decided to make a video talking smack out of nowhere, out of left field, and
it's funny
about capping and paying for box. And I was like, didn't we talk about this several months ago? Like, why are you guys bringing this up like now? Like, what the hell?
We're trending, man.
Yeah.
The only reason we brought it up later is because we already covered a couple of videos from that podcast and the second one after. And we did both podcasts on the same day. The first one, and then came back later on for the second one. I completely forgot about the first one. So I covered the second one. And then months later, somebody sent me a link to it. It's like, hey, what did you think about this conversation? So I rewatched it. I'm like, hey, man, there's a lot of dumb things that were said. Let me cover it. It's not that deep. Okay, this whole idea that there's some giant conspiracy is not that deep. But anyways, if you guys want to know, that was why.
We're trending, man.
People with ADHD
So really quickly,
save 10 hours.
Rohas and I go through the same thing. We pre-record some of our stuff. And when it airs, we're like, oh, sometimes we forgot. Or like, oh, this is airing today. Okay, cool. And we'll schedule shit out. Sometimes a month, sometimes more than a month out, right? We'll forget about stuff. It's just how it goes. Being a content creator, you have to be organized and on top of your game to be successful. Straight out.
yeah, it's true. Now, real quick, Fresh, is this guy up here on the top?
No, that's Fit.
Oh, Fit. This Fit and this Fresh.
Yeah.
And then this is Preach, and Abba.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I thought to myself, why would they bring this up now? Chris, can you show Exhibit A real fast? So let's see here. They got, let's see, these guys have almost 1 million more subs than us, guys. All right.
So we're the blue line.
We're the blue line. They're the red. They have 1.38, which is 1,380,000 subscribers. Guys, we only have 430,000 subscribers.
So all they're doing right here now is they're trying to compare views. Like, hey, you guys got more subscribers than we do. We got 1 point some million or you got 1.3 million subscribers, and we have at that point they had 400 and something subscribers.
At that point,
400 and some, and I think they were getting really close to 500 some thousand subscribers. And they were trying to compare, like, hey, we work harder than you, we do better, we do this better than you, we have better views than you do. It was literally like, I don't know, comparing dick sizes.
pretty much. It had nothing to do with the actual conversation.
Yeah. So I don't know what it is. It's almost like they're stroking their own alpha ego.
That's exactly what it is, right? They like statistics, but they can't see beyond numbers.
Now, I remember you told me this, but how many subs did they lose?
I think they dropped all the way down to like 370.
Yeah. I think they're like at three, maybe they're at 380 right now, or
somewhere around there.
Like they got a few more back, but
they lost about 80,000 subscribers because of their, well, we can't, like, you guys got to watch the whole video, but
because of this, because
pretty
of this.
much.
We get more girls than y'all niggas.
more girls than y'all niggas.
Free.
Like, if y'all really want to do this nigga Preach is married, probably to a fucking beluga whale somewhere, and y'all niggas talking shit.
And how old these niggas are? 40 years.
Okay.
Whoa.
I gotta say one thing. I gotta say one thing. I gotta say one thing. This is a pissing contest. Okay, I gotta say one thing about this. He went directly at another man's wife and called her a beluga whale, which I don't know how many tons that is, but called her beluga whale. And it's just like, wait a minute, hold on a second. Everybody has different walks of life. Everybody has different needs and different wants and different desires. If you have beef with that one person, like, I'll say this. Next Level's my boy. Preppy Mama's awesome. I love her to death. She's cool. How stupid would it be if me and Next Level had drama and I go say something negative to Preppy Mama?
Right? But like, okay, some of you guys know Preppy Mama has a YouTube channel. You see her in the chat. But like, let's turn this around. How often do you see Rojas' wife in the chat? Right? She's not a public figure here, right? Some people like to keep their personal life very freaking personal. So for you to reach over and beyond the actual platform and go slap one of their family members like their wife, you got problems, bro. Like, you got problems. And I'm going to say this right now. This ain't no alpha male attitude.
This is like, I don't even know how to say it. Like he's trying to be like, I am, or I can get whatever woman you like, I want and stuff like that. And again, I'm not going after those women who are wanting to chase that, because like I said, to each their own. But when this guy is going after another man's wife, and if you know what, that's what he likes. Everybody likes somebody like, what is that saying? There's somebody that's meant for somebody in this world.
I was going with one man's trash is another man's treasure, but that's pretty much it.
I wouldn't put it like that.
But at the same time, we've never seen like, I've been watching Abba and Preach for a long time. I have no idea what Preach's wife looks like. No idea. And even if she was a thicker woman, you can never call someone a beluga whale.
It's like Drake says, I like my women, BBW.
So anyways, now you know why he's been quiet this whole time. So
yeah, this guy.
You
numbers on it? Yo, all ass niggas too, bro. Like, bro.
I wasn't gonna do this.
Wait, the hand symbol?
Yo, I was not gonna fucking do this.
The international.
But y'all got me hyped now. Yo, I know you guys are not talking, bro. My man Abba looks like he got off a camel, hasn't cut his hair in years. Dusty as fuck.
Yo, bro.
And this is Sudani roasting on you right now, bro. You Somali? Yo.
I was like, yo, what anime you came from, bro? Now,
Yo.
nigga looking bummy as hell, bro. Am I right?
Dude. This is now just like child.
I want to reiterate. Abba and Preach discussed the conversation that was had. These guys are not even talking about the conversation, and they're just hating on them for how they look and making personal stabs.
Dude.
Like, this is childish.
Yeah.
This is so childish. You know, it's like, okay, remember back in high school, what do we have? MySpace? I don't know, some shit, right? And they were like, oh, I have more friends than you. I'm cooler than you are. I don't know, man. It's just
like elementary school. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, elementary school is like,
it's not alpha male mentality.
It's just, I don't like, what is it that I'm trying to think of the word when not crying over spilt milk, but like, you know, when oh, what do they say? Oh, your mom. Like when you're a kid, your mom, everything like, oh, you're stupid. Oh, so is your mom. It's like, that's your comeback. That's your comeback. You know, it's like, yeah. And the internet wasn't invented when we were in school, paper plate. Actually, you know what? The internet was invented. You just didn't have a computer. The internet's been around for a long time, man. In the military and in the government. But, this is literally, they're not, like you said, they're not addressing what the actual issue is. They're being super petty about all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap!
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
And that's the worst part is that I love to see a black man get paid. Get your money. Get your money. If your views are stupid, your views are stupid. But if you're getting paid, get your money. Yeah, that's not what I'm here for.
There's not a single person that could ever say that we've ever feigned jealousy or gotten mad about other people succeeding. We move at our own pace. Yeah, we've been on the platform long with you. Congratulations. To me, it's not even that deep. You guys are doing well for yourselves. Good for you.
Great.
I ain't never been mad at a nigga making money. This is about the ideas. So all this talk about clout and all this, you guys have lived in Miami so long and you've been faking your lifestyles for so long that you think everybody is chasing clout, that everybody wants to be with an Instagram baddie. Your whole platform is based around clout chasers. So that's why your mind is warped. Miami's fucked up.
The truth is that Hollywood's elite.
Stupid ads.
Dumb ads. Let me see if I could skip this ad. But you know what? It's funny because these guys are frustrated because they're just like, dude,
you got called out on your shit.
It's like, oh, and again, I'm not trying to make this like a racial thing. I'm just going by with what he is saying. He's like, I want one of my brothers to succeed. Right. I want like just like me, like my Latin family. Dude, I love it when I hear a success story from somebody that came over from the border and created a life here and is doing wealthy for themselves or great for themselves. That's what he's saying. He's like, I want them to succeed because if he succeeds, that means my race succeeds.
What, you know, technically the American dream wasn't a dream of the Americans. It was a dream of the people that wanted to be Americans.
Yeah, no kidding. And the thing, you know, what's funny is the thing about that is people that have been born here forgot about that. They don't know, like they're born into something and they think that I'm privileged. I could do whatever the hell I want to do, say whatever I want to say, fuck whoever the hell I want to fuck. It's just literally like they're on this whole new privileged level. And it's just like, like for me, for example, I'm first generation here. I was born here, first generation. I know my family. I know their story. I know their struggle. I know everything that they did over there. And I'm just like, dude, like my family, and I'll be more specific, my grandmother busted her ass to get here and to bring us here, all her kids, and to create a life where we will be more comfortable, live, survive, and enjoy freaking God's green earth.
First gen.
See? And but the thing is, there is a lot of people that were born here that are just like, again, I don't know if it's like the word privilege or if they've forgotten what they're like, okay, for me, this is what I hear, and I'll use my race specifically. So that way people don't say like, oh, you're racist as fuck. Nothing like that. To me, when I hear somebody in a 2-story house playing on the PS5 and they have like every single game that ever came out, they got cars, they got TVs, they got like everything of what you would call, I don't know, the American dream. You can pretty much get whatever the hell you want. And then they go out and protest and say like, my family has been picking strawberries and mowing people's lawns and taking for years. We don't just take siestas. That's racist. It's like, okay, you are inside some AC. You're not outside sweating your balls off. And then they'll come on and then do this shit. And just to give some context, in California, what I grew up on is they call the strawberry pickers. A lot of Hispanics, when you go out to the desert and you go out to some of these places where it's just super hot, there's a lot of strawberry fields, and you see a bunch of Hispanics with the big ass straw hats. They're out there with their basket, their crates, just picking stuff up, you know? And then they come home and then they beat their kids' ass to be like, don't be like me. You better get an education, you little shits.
All right, let's keep playing because we got to get through this video. It's already 47 minutes into the stream. Volume.
Not everyone is about clout. If we were about clout, do you think we'd be covering things like this pandemic and all these other issues that fucking derank our YouTube channel? It's not about clout. At the end of the day, it's always about integrity. That's it. For us, it's about integrity. Whether we win or we lose money.
Y'all dumbass niggas with the same tired background, same fucking million plaque. We got $200,000 plaques now. And we're gonna get a million plaque. And we're gonna get the other channel another million as well. And Fresh's channel gonna hit 100,000.
Facts.
We are better than you niggas. Period. Fuck out of here, man.
And we don't pay for box.
These are the kind of like.
Wait. He just said he just said we don't pay for box.
Probably, I don't know.
He just said we don't pay for box, even though he's got that website for sugar daddies.
Yeah.
619 hashtag Manscaped. Yeah, you guys see his Manscaped your balls. Well, thank you.
Like, you know, it's like, you know, I love it that these guys call themselves alpha and all this other stuff. It makes me laugh because they got such bitch energy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like when you're talking to a girl about a topic. You know, you're talking, you guys seen this before. You know, you're talking to your girl about a topic and you guys having a discussion and she's losing the argument. All of a sudden she starts bringing up, your dick is small. What does that have to do with economics? It's like, I find it so funny that these guys like think they're alpha and 1% men and all this other stuff, right? They lack integrity. They get upset at the most random stuff. When I was on the podcast and they kicked out that girl, one of the girls beside me was like, yo, you're being emotional. He's like, no, I'm not being emotional. I was like, bro, like, why are you screaming like this? No wonder these girls come on your podcast and don't respect you. You don't command respect. You just yell and get them kicked out. Do you think that's alpha behavior? The idea that you can't even get respect from these ladies is an indication of the fact that you don't know what you're doing. It's hyper emotional. You're just screaming and getting mad. I'm laughing at this because it's pathetic. I don't know.
Which is true. A lot of the stuff that he's talking about is just kind of like, why? I'm trying to find a spot where Preach just kind of goes off a little bit. But I don't know. What do you think, dude?
There's a point in the video where they challenge Preach to a boxing match.
Oh, fresh and fit.
Mm-hmm.
Preacher just destroy him.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them. And it's Fresh that challenged him. He's not even the one that's fit.
Fresh food there, Fluffy.
It's so stupid. And then the thing is, so this just goes to show more about their character. So Abba reached out and accepted the boxing match on behalf of Preach. And they said, okay, you want to do a boxing match? They're going to be in Miami next week because they actually planned a bunch of tour dates to appear on a bunch of other podcasts, right? So they're like, we're going to be in the States. You want to box? Preach literally says in this video closer to the end, I don't know, did you want to run to the end or you want to just...
Yeah, I'll run it.
All right, run it.
For the hottest party happens to have a mansion party the next day. Get the fuck out of here with your bogus ass.
So he needed your help to find a party in town, but he got a mansion party with 50 girls that are rolling through. And let me ask you,
Bro.
in this made-up scenario where you're capping the fuck out of possibilities, you want me to believe that this man had 50 girls and none of them were paid? You think that these girls that you banged there, supposedly, that you had all three, but you didn't want a threesome because you wanted to go one at a time because you were too awkward enough? You want me to believe that these girls had burning desire?
So Fresh said he had a threesome with 3 girls. So I just want to do the math real quick. 3 + 1 is 4.
Yeah.
So if he had a threesome with 4 girls, that means that he wasn't involved.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Okay.
These girls are paid. They pay for box. All these guys, these high value men, they all pay for box. So, man, listen. You guys trust what you ever
Must have
want
been
to
another
trust.
video then.
Follow whoever
Anyways.
want to follow. I don't even think I need to play the rest of the video.
So there was another video after this. Anyway, so basically, Abba reached back out to whoever the hell it is, Fresh and Fit, and he was like, "Okay, we're gonna be down there. We'll do the boxing match." And then they turned around and they said $500K, and they were like, "$500K for what? You challenged us to a boxing match. We're gonna come there, and Preach is gonna box both of you. He's gonna box the first one and then the second one." And they're like, "No, pay us $500K." And they're like, "For what?" They're like, "We're going to get promoters and we're going to do all this shit." And then they were like, "No, we just want to box you guys. It doesn't have to be a promoters. It doesn't have to be a big event. Like, you guys challenge us to a boxing match. Why do I have to give you $500K? He said, listen, Abba literally said that. He said, listen, I'll give you $20,000 for you just to show up. And they said no.
Wow. So they backed out.
They backed out. And the great part was, you know that Abba and Preach weren't lying because their last videos for the last 2 weeks was them appearing on other podcasts in the States. And they're from Montreal. So you know that they planned this from time. They were in the States. They're like, you're challenging me. Let's fight.
Yeah. And I'll just, you know what, I'm going to do I know Next Level likes, not Next Level, what's his name? Surgeflix likes to do the speed. So I'm going to speed up this thing so that way you guys can see this real quick. Just real quick. So that way you guys get an idea of how these guys... So that way you guys can see what they're doing when they're bringing these women in. And I'm dropping my drinks over here. But this is insane. This is insane. Let me juice this up.
Get fucked up and kids end up fucked up. Yes. It is what it is. Now, going back to what you said.
Oh, that's way too fast. Sorry, Searchflix. I can't do that.
You want a man that makes $300,000 to $500,000 a year, is going to basically never say no to you and let you live the lifestyle.
He doesn't have to say no. I'm saying my lifestyle is never going to allow me to say no to myself.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make is this. I'm just giving you your standards, right? You want a guy, pretty much the man you described as a 1% man. Now, I did not challenge you on your preference. I said you have your preferences.
I'm also a 1% woman.
Okay, let me finish my point, and then I will give you in a second why that is irrelevant from what you're saying. But you want a 1% man, okay? You want a man that makes a lot of money, successful, ambitious, can provide you a certain lifestyle. I countered and said, you can want that, but the consequence of dealing with this caliber of man, who's rare,
is you're gonna have to share him. Okay? You don't like that. You want him to be exclusive to you. So you're hoping that you'll find one that's going to meet these requirements, which quite frankly is slim to none.
Okay. So that's just a small little clip of what he has on his shows. And you can see the women that are there. But he's saying that, okay, the first thing that comes in mind right now is the girl's asking for somebody that is just going to be into her. And the guy's like, heck no. And for the first thing that pops in my head in this conversation, that little clip that you heard was about honesty within your relationship, being faithful. And he is saying, if I'm making all kinds of money, I don't have to be faithful to you.
Listen, I ain't no alpha male. All I know is money isn't everything. So it don't matter how much money you bring to the table. Everybody plays a role in your relationship that builds each other up, right? Relationships are about taking both of y'all's life to the next level. It don't matter how you contribute, as long as you're contributing, you're honest, you're transparent, and you're open within your relationship.
Ooh. Remember I told you how some of these women had rings on their fingers?
Yeah.
So if they're supposedly boning all these women, which I don't think that's true or not, if you see this woman right here, the blonde, look at her ring. Look at that big ass rock she has on her finger. That's a big ass rock. If you can see it, look how big that thing is. And this looks like it was probably like a group of friends in Miami just dancing, and these guys probably said, hey, you guys want to come up here on our show? And they probably said, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Now, could they have slept with maybe one of them? Maybe. Or maybe it's more like, hey, let's we'll pay for drinks, we'll pay for whatever, you guys come up here and we're cool, you know? I don't want to say that all women, the way he's making it sound like is if the woman is a certain type of woman, she has to be a very specific type to these type of men who are making all kinds of money. And if you're not, even if I'm not making all kinds of money, you got to be very, very specific, because if you're not, he's pretty much saying, I will cheat on you because you are not good enough, is what he just said when we listened to that clip.
The more I listen to him, because I've watched a couple of his things, and I'm saying him specifically, which is Myron Gaines, who is fit and fresh and fit. He talks like women are like beneath him, right? Just because he thinks that he brings more to the table because he makes more money. And I think that is a very ignorant lifestyle to live if you don't understand all the benefits besides box that a woman can bring to a table.
Yeah. And you know what? You know, the worst part about it, and I'll go ahead and do this. This is the worst part about it. When you look at their channel, you see like all the here's Fresh and Fit's thumbnails. They have 106,000 for their clips. This is their clips that they just show a few, like maybe 5-10 minutes of their full content. But look, I'm just reading the headlines here in their pictures. So sugar daddies, sex is easy mode, women's biggest insecurity, women have low patience, I'm a whore, men get it better, female advice is useless, the D in her mouth. It's like, oh my, like literally, if you look, like, she's crazy, girls are liars, thought prison.
It's just crazy, man.
The level that these guys have is nuts.
Typically, I wouldn't give a shit because people can talk whatever kind of crap they want to talk on the internet. But the problem is, these guys have traction. They get views. They have a following. And a lot of the younger society are listening to people like this. That's the scary part for me.
Now, as much as I wish this was true, that clip that we just played is saying he pretty much said women aren't good enough. So what would his thumbnail say? Women are not good enough. And that's exactly what he's telling these women. All those things about, and it's very interesting how the way how he does it. He doesn't try to what's up, Digital Slang? He doesn't do it like this. You're a whore because you sleep with. He doesn't do that. He says, you know what? Women are whores if they are doing this. And then he'll put that title in. But the way he said it is everything that he's mentioning. It's like if I say this, next level, you are a whore and men are whores if they're wearing a cast because they broke their arms or they broke their wrists. I'm literally not calling him a whore, but the way I said it, yeah. And that's what he's doing. He's skating around it where he is calling them all these things. And at the same time, not directly saying it. They may be playing for the other team. Oh man. And you know what? It's true. Rings don't seem, but this is not everybody. You know what? This is not everybody. I got, hold on a second. I got several uncles and aunts that they were their first marriage and they're still married. They're about 20, 30 years older than me, younger, 30 years older than me. And I know our generation is much different from that generation. Obviously, I've gone through divorce, but there is still hope because in my generation, I actually know several people that are high school, junior high sweethearts, and they're still together to this day. I'm sure sometimes they want to kill themselves, but they are still together to this day. And I hit them up all the time. I talk to them. Actually, here's a good one. Big shout out to the Rocha family. I know you guys every now and then come in and listen. It's funny. I've known this guy and this girl in high school since freshman year. They started dating. We were all in music and band. They started dating the first week of when they met in school. They broke up a couple times in high school, and then they got back together a couple times in high school, back and forth. At the end of high school, they were together. They stayed together. They had a kid. They had another kid. Later, a couple years later, they had another kid. More years later, another kid. I think they have like 5 or 6 kids together. You know what's the crazy thing about it? They never for one... Well, I'm pretty sure they had a thought maybe to probably kill each other and leave each other at one point. You know, everybody goes through stages. But they just got married, I want to say maybe like 8 years ago. And it wasn't because they couldn't get married before. They did the whole paperwork before. And then they had the wedding just recently. But they were like, we have kids. Let's take care of these kids. Let's get a house instead of paying money for a wedding. A wedding is not their mentality. And my best friend that lives in Atlanta, he's married to his first, he's married. His first wife is his marriage forever. But a lot of these people mentalities, what I'm noticing now is they're just like, we don't need to have a wedding and be elaborate about stuff. Why?
Be right back.
Cool. It's literally because there's no need. You know, if you look at like biblical, if you look at biblical stances, when people get married, you know, they're doing it in front of God. They're also saying like, hey, creeping up on 20 here, paper plate. Yeah. When they get married, a lot of people say like, oh, it's because of this paper thing that they're doing here. You know, when you telling somebody that you're getting married, but it's really like a solidified commitment when you're doing that paper where you're just like, this is real. You know, and yeah, the sad thing is some people do not see that as, hey, we're making one family together. And I've known several people that are just like, you know what? It's not about having this wedding with a grip ton of people. Yes, it'll be nice to have family and friends and to do this whole thing. But at the same time, it's just like, why don't we just have something really, really like, you know what? Let's just have a barbecue at somebody's house. Hey, we just got married today. We went to the courthouse. We're going to go to my dad's and we're going to have barbecue. And we're going to invite whoever wants to come. That's it. All that money that you would have spent, go to the courthouse justice on the peace. Yeah, they'll at the courthouse, they'll marry you. And if you want to come, hey, anybody wants to show up, this is where we're going to be at. Afterwards, we're going to go down to some restaurant and get shit faced. And then we're going to take off on our honeymoon because I need a vacation. But yeah, like it's true. You blow a lot of money where you could have easily used that money for other things. $0 for our wedding. And yeah, and that's the thing. My best friend in Atlanta, what he did, and instead of putting all that money into a wedding, and I know his father-in-law was not happy about it, because the dads are like, no, we got to do this. And I think they did something really, really small. He's just like, you know what? No. Instead of you guys blowing all this money everywhere, why don't you guys just give it to us and we just buy a house? We put a good down payment for a house. You know what I mean? Semi says, me and my wife spent about 40K. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. It's nuts how much money you do spend. Now, am I saying don't do that? Of course not. If you want to do that, go for it. What these guys are doing is they're saying that there's no more real commitment anymore because there's pretty much...
They're preaching no commitment.
Right. They're preaching no commitment. They're preaching, yeah, hey, sugar daddy, sugar mama, whatever the hell it is, that you can get pretty much any woman anywhere, pay for it. Dude, it's, I don't know. These guys have I'm going to throw some shade right now. I was about to say these guys have a long way from growing up, literally. But dude, did you see the way he's balding in the back of his head? I think it's too late for him to grow up. I think he's past that. It's like, dude, really? You passed that, bro.
So,
oh man,
I did want to just say something really briefly about YouTube drama. And I think it's appropriate, right? We were watching a lot of YouTubers going back and forth at each other in the community, outside of the community, some of the channels that we watch. And I think we really need to support positivity on our channels, right? And a lot of times with smaller YouTube channels or just YouTube channels generally, you can get a little sidetracked by comments in the stream. You can get sidetracked by comments on the videos, and it can take you off track from your focus on your channel. It can make you feel like, oh, well, this person said something about me. I need to say something about them.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the case, but is this the platform to do it? Right? A lot of YouTubers in certain communities can reach out and talk to each other behind the scenes and get shit sorted. You know, we recently had a conversation with another YouTuber, and I don't think the average subscriber, the average listener, or the average viewer understands the relationships that we have with other people in our community. And sometimes we say things and we joke, but those jokes aren't meant for you guys. Those jokes are meant for us because other way, because we understand it. We have those relationships, right? And a lot of times the games happen where it's a broken telephone game. It gets twisted, it gets misrepresented, it gets perceived wrong because again, those jokes weren't meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
So just be mindful with the comments that you make because sometimes it can actually break a YouTuber. It's been a very interesting time over the last 2 years. I also want to say two things. Thank you for everyone who's felt that they needed to say something on my behalf in any situation it ever was. If you did or you didn't, or you felt some way, I want to say thank you. But I also want to say that it's not your battle.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we get ourselves involved in certain situations that we don't need to be in, that are bigger than ourselves, right? If I'm going to feel a certain way, or Rojas is going to feel a certain way about a topic, about a situation, about a person, a content creator, a platform, then believe you, we're going to say it. And we're going to say it with however we feel it to be appropriate. But at the end of the day, I feel like our channels, our platforms are going in a certain direction. And for us to address any kind of YouTube drama or YouTube beef really derails the fundamentals of our channel.
Mhm.
So again, thank you for anybody who's felt a certain way because of something that they thought that I was involved in or wasn't involved in, or they thought somebody said something about me or whatever it is. Thank you for feeling that way. I appreciate it. But again, it's not your battle. It is what it is. If something needs to be done about it, it'll be taken care of. But that's just how it
Hey,
goes.
for Abba and Preach, they were saying like, "Hey, we've gone to smaller YouTubers, bigger YouTubers, doesn't matter who we are. Hey, we invite you guys if you guys want to come on. We could do this whole virtual thing." But yeah, it's there's so much of the BS out there, like this, for example, and you know, we did bring up if you guys wanted us to react on something, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of it because there's a lot of stuff out there that you guys would be like, what are they beefing about? Like, what is the point of that? The curiosities of the cafes. Freaking Steven R. Oh man, that's right, Steven.
You know,
What's up, Tim Windsor?
Rojas and I joke about it all the time because Rojas would be like, you can never answer the freaking question directly. Because I always try to find ways of talking about a topic without getting emotional, right? Without getting off topic. Because a lot of times conversations start, and next thing you know, we're not actually talking about the actual topic itself. And sometimes it's hard to accept that just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean that I'm not justified in feeling a different way. And we both have to accept our differences and that we are different people. We walk differently, we talk differently, and we create differently.
Yeah. So, okay. With all that being said, I know there was a lot of stuff. Anything you want to say before we start wrapping up the show?
Hey, no matter what was said today, check out Abba and Preach, check out Fresh and Fit. You know, see what you like, what you don't like. Just because we hated a little bit on Fresh and Fit because of their outbursts, like Abba and Preach said, maybe they do have beneficial content because they talk about finances, talk about fitness, they talk about a bunch of stuff. Maybe they are going to put out content that speaks to you. Maybe you're not like going to like everything that you see, just like you're not going to like everything that you see on Beyond the Streams or Rojas's channel or my channel. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human. So make sure you just check out everybody and see what speaks to you. As I always say, man, thank you guys for coming out and supporting us, for checking us out over here on Beyond the Streams, giving us those likes, the support, those comments. The reviews help us a great deal when it comes to the audio platforms because it helps other people like yourself find the content as well. And again, make sure that you are subscribed on the YouTube channel as well because every 4 p.m. On Thursdays is our live streams where you guys can interact with the actual conversation itself.
Oh, show. Searchflix says, I'm still not sure what I just heard. I guess you got to listen to it from the beginning in regular mode. So we're actually going to drop the audio. I know some of you guys do listen to the audio on your guys' drives and stuff. So we're going to drop this audio tomorrow morning. Hopefully tomorrow morning. We should have it all up. Cyclone, speak for yourself. I'm a dog. But yeah, a lot of good stuff out here. Stay tuned. We actually have a special guest that's going to be on our show pretty damn soon. And I can't believe, I know today's Wednesday. Tomorrow we're still going to go live. Tomorrow's Thursday. It feels like today's Thursday though. This whole week is out of whack because of Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Is just out of whack. So we skipped, I think, a podcast. We do apologize, but we're trying to get our ish together. Our days are just messed up. So Red Lantern, you're not going to get my lawnmower. Sorry. I do have a coupon code. All right, guys, make sure when this is over, everybody hit refresh, leave us a comment. Make sure you guys do smash that thumbs up. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.